What if I told you that some of the most common exercises, the ones you've seen in gyms, heard from well-meaning friends, or even followed from those glossy fitness magazines, could be doing more harm than good, that they could be silently working against your body, not for it, wearing down your joints, throwing off your balance, or even putting unnecessary strain on your heart, all without you realizing it. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Because we're told, just keep moving. We hear it all the time. Stay active, don't sit too long, walk, lift, stretch. And yes, movement is important. It's life-changing. But here's the thing no one tells you. Not all exercises are created equal for seniors. In fact, some of the most recommended routines, especially those borrowed from younger folks or high-energy programs, can actually speed up joint degeneration, increase the risk of falls, and make pre-existing conditions worse. Shocking, right? You're doing everything right, trying to stay healthy, trying to keep moving, and yet, that one exercise, that one innocent move, could be setting you up for pain, or worse, a serious injury. But here's the part most people never talk about. There are exercises that aren't just safe for you, they're powerful. They protect your bones, support your heart, and help you stay on your feet, living with freedom and dignity. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 5 exercises seniors should never do, and 3 that you absolutely must include in your weekly routine if you want to preserve your mobility, balance, and independence. Because here at Elder Mature Moments, we don't just want you moving, we want you moving with confidence, with purpose, and without the fear of hurting yourself along the way. So if you care about your health or that of someone you love, don't scroll past this. Stick with me, because the final must-do exercise I'll share today, it's not what you think, and it might just change the way you age. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button for Elder Mature Moments. We're building a space where seniors and caregivers like you can find real, honest, and life-enhancing guidance. And if you're ready to take control of your health and move smarter, let's get started. It starts slow, doesn't it? A little joint pain here, a moment of dizziness there. It doesn't scream at you. It's not like the sharp, sudden pain of an injury. No, it's a soft whisper, a quiet reminder from your body saying something's off. But in the busyness of life, you push it aside. Just a little ache, you think. Just a moment of lightheadedness. I'll be fine. But then, one day, it's not fine. You feel it more intensely. A fall that seemed so minor. Maybe you even laughed it off at first, until the bruises appear. Until you notice that simple movements now feel harder. The truth is, these signals often go unnoticed. They don't demand attention. They don't scream. They whisper, and most of the time, we don't hear them until it's too late. But that's the problem. By the time we realize something's wrong, the damage has been done, and the road back to recovery is much longer than we ever imagined. Now imagine this. What if some of those harmless seeming exercises you're doing, the ones you think are safe, could actually be quietly causing the damage? What if the very movements you're relying on to keep you strong are the ones putting you at risk? I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. Take this one exercise that's often hailed for its full body benefits. It's everywhere, on TV, in fitness articles, promoted as a must-do for anyone who wants to stay fit and strong. But for older adults like you, it could lead to spine compression, putting unnecessary pressure on your vertebrae, or worse, it could cause a hip fracture, one of the most dangerous injuries you can suffer. But I won't name it just yet. I want you to keep thinking. I want you to wonder, what could this exercise be? What's the one movement that everyone says is good for you but might be silently doing you harm? Before we uncover the safest and most beneficial exercises that should be at the top of your list, we need to pull back the curtain on the dangerous one. The ones that you might be doing every day without even thinking twice. You see, these exercises don't announce themselves as dangerous. They don't scream, "Don't do this." They're sneaky. They blend in, look normal, but they're doing their damage behind the scenes. So let's take a deep breath and prepare to uncover the 5 exercises that are doing more harm than good. Some of them you probably never imagined could be dangerous, but trust me, when we reveal them, you'll see them for what they truly are. And, as promised, the last exercise is hiding in plain sight. It's the one you've likely done without even questioning it. It might just surprise you. Stay with me, because we're about to dive into these exercises and discover why they're the silent threat you've been unknowingly battling. And when we're done, you'll know exactly which moves to avoid, and the ones you must start doing instead. Let's start with one of the most common culprits I see in gyms and fitness centers, the leg press machine. It seems harmless enough, right? You see people using it every day, pushing heavy weights, building strength. It looks easy, doesn't it? You just sit down, press your feet against the platform and push. It's almost like a set it and forget it kind of exercise. But what happens when you don't really understand the risks? Take Joe for example. He was a senior client of mine, who came in with good intentions, just like so many others. Joe thought he was doing the right thing. He used the leg press machine religiously, convinced it was the key to stronger legs. And sure, his legs did feel stronger over time. But one day everything changed. It wasn't immediate. He didn't feel any pain while he was using the machine. But days later he woke up with a sharp stabbing pain in his lower back. He didn't think much of it at first. Maybe just a twinge, a little discomfort, but it kept getting worse. Eventually, after a visit to the doctor, the verdict was clear. Joe had slipped a disc in his spine, and that wasn't all. The pressure buildup from using that leg press machine was something Joe didn't feel during the exercise. But the damage was done, and it wasn't until later that his body showed him the full extent of the harm. You see, most people think the leg press is safe, because it looks like a controlled, simple movement. They think it strengthens the legs, builds muscle and improves mobility. But the truth is it locks your hips and spine into unnatural angles. And because of that, it forces strain on areas where it shouldn't be. Your hips, knees and lower back bear the brunt of the weight, especially in that seated position. That strain can quickly escalate, leading to injuries that may take months, or even years to recover from. It's a deceptive exercise because you don't feel the danger while you're doing it.
Joe's mistake wasn't an isolated incident. I've seen it time and time again. Seniors pushing themselves on the leg press, thinking they're getting stronger, only to be met with pain and injury weeks later. It's not a simple leg exercise, it's a risk to your spine. The Joe story is just one example. I bet you're wondering what number 2 on our list is, and trust me, it's even more common, and it's something that could be happening in the comfort of your own home. Stay with me because this one is so easy to miss. And it's happening right now to people who don't even know they're making a mistake. Now let's move on to something that many seniors swear by for a stronger core: crunches and sit-ups. They're everywhere, right? You've seen them in magazines, on fitness blogs, and in the gym. They seem like the go-to exercise for anyone who wants to strengthen their abdominals and improve posture. But for seniors? Well, there's a little more to it than meets the eye. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret was in her early 60s when she decided it was time to work on her core strength. She'd read that crunches were an excellent way to tone up and improve posture, and like so many of us, she wanted to feel stronger and more confident, so she started doing them every day without thinking much about the strain on her body. She did them religiously, pushing through every repetition, hoping to see the results. But instead of feeling stronger, something unexpected happened. Margaret began experiencing intense, sharp pain in her lower back. She thought maybe she just wasn't doing the exercises properly. She pushed harder, thinking more effort would lead to a stronger core. But the pain didn't stop. It only worsened. Eventually she went to the doctor, and that's when she found out she developed a herniated disc in her spine. Her daily crunches, the very exercise she believed would help her, had instead created damage. The problem was, the spine of a senior body isn't meant to bend repeatedly in that way. You see, as we age, the spine becomes less flexible. Those repetitive bending motions put undue pressure on the lower back, compressing the vertebrae, and if done wrong or too often, they can worsen posture over time. It's a misconception that crunches are harmless, but for seniors, they're actually a recipe for back pain, not a solution. It's no wonder Margaret ended up with a herniated disc after months of daily crunches. Her body simply wasn't built for that kind of repetitive motion. The truth is, the spine, as we age, becomes less forgiving. The discs between the vertebrae lose moisture, they shrink, and they're more vulnerable to injury. When you do crunches or sit-ups, your spine is subjected to pressure that can't be absorbed like it used to. Over time, that pressure accumulates, leading to back pain, herniated discs, and posture problems. If only Margaret had known that this seemingly simple exercise was actually causing harm, she could have avoided the pain and frustration. So what does this mean for you? Should you just stop exercising your core altogether? Of course not. But it's essential to choose safer alternatives. There are other ways to strengthen your core without putting unnecessary strain on your spine. The trick is to move your body in a way that's gentle on the joints and safe for your back. We'll dive into those alternatives soon, but for now, I want you to remember this. Crunches and sit-ups might seem like a straightforward way to strengthen your core, but for seniors they often cause more harm than good. Now you're probably thinking, what about the exercises that are supposed to help with posture and strength? Surely there are safe exercises designed to do just that, right? And if crunches aren't the answer, what? Well, don't go anywhere, because the third exercise on our list is the most deceptive of all. It's something many people think is harmless, but it's one of the worst offenders when it comes to posture. You need to hear about this one, and it might just surprise you. Now let's talk about something that might hit close to home for many of us: running or jogging on hard surfaces. You know, it's that classic image we all think of when we picture someone getting fit. The morning jog in the park, the rhythmic sound of feet hitting the pavement, the breeze in your hair. It feels natural, doesn't it? We've been told our whole lives that running is the gold standard of fitness. But for seniors, especially those with aging joints, this could actually be one of the most damaging exercises out there. I want to share with you Harold's story. He was someone just like you. After retiring, Harold decided it was time to get active, to keep his body in motion. He'd always enjoyed a bit of outdoor exercise, so jogging seemed like the perfect way to stay fit. He started slow, at first just a light jog around the park, enjoying the peace and quiet that came with the morning air. But after just 2 months, things started to change. At first, it was small, a little tightness in his knees, nothing to worry about. But then it wasn't so small anymore. Harold's knees began to swell, and soon he could barely walk without feeling pain in his feet. What started as a simple desire to stay active quickly turned into an injury he couldn't ignore. The doctors told him it was classic overuse of his joints, arthritis flare-ups, joint degeneration. Harold didn't know it, but that constant pounding of his joints against hard surfaces was wearing down the cartilage in his knees and feet. It was a slow burn, and by the time Harold realized it, the damage was done. He didn't expect it. Running, in his mind, was supposed to be healthy. It was what people did to stay fit. But for seniors, the truth is harsh. That constant pounding from running on hard surfaces, concrete, pavement, even some hard dirt paths, can cause arthritis to flare up and joint degeneration to progress faster than it should. Here's what's happening. When you jog or run, every step you take is like a mini crash to your joints. With each stride, your knees, hips, and lower back are absorbing the shock, and over time, that wears down the cartilage. You might not feel it in the moment, but eventually it catches up to you. And for seniors whose joints are already more fragile, this wear and tear can be especially devastating. That constant pressure can lead to chronic pain, swelling, and in some cases irreversible damage. If you're already dealing with arthritis or joint issues, running on hard surfaces can make those problems much worse. I know what you're thinking, but running feels so natural, so good for my heart, and you're right in some ways. Running can be an excellent cardiovascular workout for younger, healthier bodies, but for those of us with aging joints, we need to think differently. Our bodies aren't the same as they were 30 years ago, and that's okay. It's important to respect the limitations our bodies face as we age, while still keeping ourselves active and healthy. But it doesn't mean we have to give up on exercise entirely. So if pounding pavement isn't the best option for seniors, what is safe? Is there an alternative that can keep your heart strong and your joints healthy? Well, don't go anywhere, because the next exercise on our list is one that looks gentle but can actually be more dangerous than it seems. Let's dive into that, and you might be surprised by what you learn. Trust me, this is one you won't want to miss. Let's talk about something many people think is a fun, high-energy way to stay fit: high-impact aerobics. You've probably seen those lively group fitness classes with instructors calling out moves, motivating you to jump higher, move faster, and push harder. It looks exciting, doesn't it? There's something undeniably energizing about the fast-paced rhythm, the music pumping through the speakers, everyone moving together. But for seniors, these high-impact workouts can come with hidden risks that may not be obvious at first, but can be seriously harmful. I want to tell you about Linda, a woman who learned this lesson the hard way. Linda was in her early 70s when she decided to join a group fitness class at her local gym. She'd been walking and doing light cardio for years, but now she wanted to step it up. She thought high-impact aerobics would be a great way to increase her energy, improve her stamina, and stay active. But during one of the classes, as they were doing a hop-over move, Linda tripped. In the blink of an eye, she lost her balance. Her feet didn't land where they were supposed to, and as she tried to catch herself, her wrist took the full brunt of the fall. The snap was unmistakable, the pain immediate. Linda fractured her wrist, all from one awkward move in a higher energy class she thought would be helping her get stronger. Instead, it led to a painful injury that kept her off her feet for weeks. It wasn't the first time something like this had happened in that class. Linda wasn't the only one who had felt the pressure of unstable movements and quick transitions, but the reality is high energy doesn't always equal safe. Here's the thing, when you're doing exercises that involve quick, unstable movements like hopping, jumping, or fast transitions, your body has less time to adjust. For seniors, this can be a recipe for disaster. As we age, our balance naturally weakens and our bones become more fragile. So when you add in sudden movements and high-impact exercises, it becomes much easier to lose control. A quick hop over, an awkward twist in the air, and before you know it, your bones are at risk. It's not just about building strength and stamina. High-impact aerobics can be too demanding for the body as it ages. Those quick, unstable movements put both your balance and your bones at risk. And that's the last thing we want, right? This is a huge misunderstanding in the fitness world. Just because something is high energy doesn't mean it's the best option for you. In fact, it can lead to injury, pain, and a long recovery process. The truth is, seniors need exercises that are low impact and slow, exercises that allow for control and stability, something that won't make you feel like you're risking your health for the sake of fitness, because fitness should empower you, not cause harm. There are plenty of ways to stay active without pushing your body to the breaking point. Now, you've heard about high-impact exercises like aerobics, but what about the next exercise I want to talk about? It's something that most people don't even realize could be harmful. You'll be shocked when you find out how deceptively risky this next exercise can be. Stay with me because this is one you need to know about. Let's dive into another exercise that many people swear by for building strength and upper body tone, the overhead shoulder press with weights. This is one of those moves that looks deceptively easy. You've seen it in the gym, right? The dumbbells in hand, arms reaching upward, pressing the weights above the head. It's supposed to strengthen your shoulders, improve your posture, and give you those strong arms everyone talks about. Sounds great, doesn't it? But for seniors, this seemingly harmless exercise can be a trap. It's one that Albert found out about the hard way. Albert, a 68-year-old man, had always taken pride in his strength. He'd spent years working with weights, and he'd built a solid foundation of muscle. But as with many of us, the years were starting to catch up to his joints. His shoulders were starting to feel a little stiff, but he didn't think much of it. He thought, I've been lifting for years, a little discomfort won't hurt. One afternoon, Albert was doing his regular overhead shoulder press just like he always had. He was used to the movement, he had the form down, and he knew his limits. But that day, as he pressed the weights above his head, something went wrong. He felt a sharp pain in his shoulder, something he'd never felt before. He dropped the weights immediately, holding his arm close to his body, and the pain was intense, but there was no swelling, no bruising. He thought it was just a strain, but as the days passed, the pain didn't go away. In fact, it got worse. Eventually, Albert went to see a doctor who delivered the news that he had torn his rotator cuff. It was the kind of injury that can take months, if not years, to fully heal, if it ever does. That moment was a wake-up call for Albert. He never fully recovered from that injury. The shoulder pain never went away completely, and it eventually limited his mobility in ways he hadn't anticipated. You might be wondering what went wrong. Well, it's something that many people don't realize as they get older. Shoulder joints become more fragile with age. Arm muscles may still be strong, but the tendons, ligaments, and cartilage that support the shoulder joint lose their elasticity and flexibility as we age. When you add pressure by lifting heavy weights overhead, it puts a lot of stress on these fragile ligaments and tendons. What's worse, the damage may not be immediately noticeable. There might not be any sharp, obvious signs when you're doing the exercise, which is why so many people think they're fine until it's too late. The shoulder joint is complex, and when we push it beyond its natural range of motion, we're setting ourselves up for injuries that can stay with us for life. That's why the overhead shoulder press, with its repetitive upward motion, is especially risky for seniors. You might not feel anything at first, but over time it can cause micro tears in the rotator cuff or damage the tendons, leading to long-term pain and even disability. The shoulder joint wasn't made to withstand that constant strain, especially as we age. And once it's injured, recovery becomes much more difficult, as Albert learned the hard way. So what can you do to avoid the same fate? What exercises are safe for you that will keep your shoulders strong without risking injury? I know you're probably thinking about the things you can do to stay fit and healthy, so let's shift gears here. Now that you know what to avoid, let's talk about what you should be doing to stay strong, flexible, and balanced in your golden years. Trust me, these next moves are going to change the way you think about exercise. You'll want to take notes because these exercises are not only safe, but they'll help you maintain your independence, increase mobility, and prevent injury. Now, as we continue, let's take a moment to reflect. It's easy to overlook these things when someone seems fine, isn't it? It's easy to assume that just because someone is moving, just because they're walking, just because they're exercising, that everything is okay. But the truth is, decline doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't announce itself with loud alarms or sudden crashes. No, it begins slowly, almost imperceptibly, with small cracks we didn't even know to look for. And it's not just in the muscles or bones. It's in the joints, the balance, the way your body responds to movement. You don't wake up one day with a broken joint or a torn ligament. It happens bit by bit with the repetition of an exercise that seemed harmless, with the decision to push a little harder, move a little faster, stretch a little further than you should have. Before you know it, there's an injury, there's a pain that doesn't go away, there's a loss of strength or mobility. It can be difficult to see these changes in real time because they're gradual, almost invisible. But trust me, they are happening. They're happening when you or someone you love does that one last squat, presses that final weight, or jumps just a little higher than your body should. It's not always obvious until it's too late. Now take a moment, think of your loved one, or maybe think of yourself. How many of these exercises are part of your routine? How many of these movements have become second nature? Those familiar patterns that we repeat day in and day out without thinking about the toll they might be taking. Maybe they're part of the morning stretch or the evening walk. Maybe it's the time spent at the gym, the routines that are supposed to keep you healthy and strong. But have you ever stopped to think, what have they been doing to your body? What kind of pressure are they putting on those joints, those muscles, those bones? Are they helping you stay fit, or are they quietly working against you, building up a kind of damage you can't see right away but will eventually feel? It's not your fault, you see. No one tells us these things. There's so much out there that promises strength and fitness, but not enough emphasis on what's safe for the body as it ages. And that's why you're here now, because you want to know the truth. You want to protect your body, keep it strong, and move in a way that will serve you for years to come. But here's the beautiful truth. You're not helpless. You have the power to make better choices. Starting today, right now, you can decide to take control. You can stop the damage before it goes too far, before you're facing that painful fall, that nagging ache, or that injury that could take months to heal. And it's not just about avoiding the bad, it's about choosing the good. Choosing exercises that nurture, protect, and strengthen your body in ways that will serve you in the long term. The next 3 exercises I'm about to share with you are not only safe, they're transformative. These are the exercises that will help you not just survive but thrive. They'll improve your balance, restore your mobility, and even help you feel younger, stronger, and more independent. And the best part, they won't put you at risk of injury. They're designed for you, your body, your age, your needs. So let's begin. The first exercise in this new routine is one that will give you better balance and more control over your movements. This one is all about stability, because the more stable your body is, the less chance you have of falling. Now imagine this, a simple movement that you can do anywhere, anytime. It doesn't require any fancy equipment. It doesn't demand a lot of space. It's the heel-to-toe walk, a deceptively simple exercise, but one that works wonders. Here's how it goes. Take one step forward with your right foot, and then bring your left foot to touch your right heel. Step forward again with your right foot, and then bring your left foot to touch your right heel. It might sound easy, but try it out. You'll be amazed at how much it challenges your balance. The key here is slow and controlled movement. By walking like this, you're training your body to maintain balance in tight spaces, which helps improve your stability when you're on uneven ground or trying to catch your balance in a tricky moment. It's low impact but incredibly effective, and it'll leave you feeling stronger and more centered. Let's move on to the second exercise, which is all about mobility. As we age, our joints start to feel stiffer, but that doesn't mean we have to give in to that stiff. One of the best ways to fight joint stiffness is with gentle stretching. The exercise I want you to try is called the seated leg extension. Sit on a sturdy chair with your back straight and slowly extend one leg out in front of you, straightening it as much as you can. Hold it for a few seconds, then lower it back down and repeat with the other leg. This exercise gently stretches your hamstrings, improves circulation, and keeps your knee joints flexible, all essential for maintaining mobility. And you don't need to rush through. Take your time with each movement, feel the stretch, breathe deeply, and know that this simple move is going to have a big impact on your ability to move freely and comfortably in the future. And finally, the third exercise, the one that will help you build strength without putting any strain on your joints. It's called the wall push-up. It might sound a little basic, but it's a game changer when it comes to building upper body strength in a safe way. Stand about a foot away from a wall, place your hands on the wall at shoulder height, and slowly lower your chest towards the wall. Push back up slowly and repeat. The beauty of wall push-ups is that they reduce the amount of weight on your shoulders, wrists, and elbows, making it a safe, low-impact alternative to traditional push-ups. And as you continue doing them, you'll notice your upper body growing stronger and more stable. It's a small, simple movement, but it works wonders for your arms, shoulders, and chest, essential muscles for maintaining balance and posture as you get older. These 3 exercises aren't just safe, they're the building blocks of a stronger, more mobile, and independent. By focusing on balance, flexibility, and strength, you're giving your body what it needs to stay active, healthy, and capable. The good news is, you're already on the right path. You've taken the first step by learning about the exercises you need to avoid. Now with these 3 safe, transformative movements, you've got the tools to move forward with confidence. Continuing on, let's dive into another exercise that's going to make a difference in your life, a deceptively simple movement that will build your lower body strength and enhance your balance. That's the beauty of what we're about to explore next. 3 more exercises that are not just about movement, but about creating longevity, peace of mind, and independence. 1. Seated marching or balance steps. Let's start with something simple yet incredibly effective. Seated marching. It's exactly what it sounds like, a march while seated. And while that might sound easy, let me tell you, it's a game changer. In fact, it's one of the best exercises to improve lower body strength and stability. Here's how it works. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the ground and your back straight. Now, slowly lift your right leg and bring your knee towards your chest, like you're marching in place. Lower it gently, and then repeat with your left leg. This may seem like a small movement, but over time it builds up those essential leg muscles that help us with balance and stability. But here's the hidden benefit. Seated marching stimulates circulation. As your legs move, your heart starts pumping a little more, sending fresh blood through your body and to your brain. And do you know what this also does? It improves brain-body coordination, the kind of coordination we need to stay agile, to stay sharp, to stay connected to ourselves. So as you march in place, you're not just moving your legs, you're strengthening your mind, your memory, and your overall brain function. It's an exercise that works on your body and mind at the same time. Wall push-ups or counter push-ups. Now, let's move on to something that's going to help you build upper body strength without straining those delicate joints. Wall push-ups. We all know the benefits of push-ups, but they can be too tough on the wrists, shoulders, and elbows, especially as we get older. That's where the wall push-up comes in. Here's how to do it. Stand facing a wall, about a foot away, with your hands placed against the wall at shoulder height. Bend your elbows slowly as you lower your chest towards the wall, and then press yourself back up. The wall gives you the support you need, and you can control how deep you go, making it a safe option for those with joint issues. This exercise strengthens your arms, chest, and shoulders, all the muscles that help us with tasks like pushing ourselves up from a chair or lifting groceries. But there's another hidden benefit. Wall push-ups aren't just about strength, they're also about posture. The more you work these muscles, the easier it becomes to sit up straight, to stand tall, and to move with confidence. You'll notice that getting up from a chair or reaching for a shelf becomes smoother, easier, and more natural. It's the kind of strength that helps you live independently, not just now, but for years to come, and all of that without straining your joints. 3. Chair yoga or gentle stretching. Finally, we come to something that speaks to both the body and the soul. Chair yoga or gentle stretching. As we age, our flexibility naturally declines, but this doesn't mean we can't improve it. Chair yoga offers a gentle, accessible way to stretch and move your body while staying seated. These stretches are designed to increase your flexibility while also calming your mind and lowering your stress. Here's a simple chair yoga move to try. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the ground. Place your hands on your knees, and as you breathe in, slowly reach your arms overhead, lengthening your spine. Hold for a moment, and then lower your arms gently as you breathe out. Now, this might seem like a small stretch, but it helps release tension in your back, shoulders, and neck areas that often hold stress. By practicing chair yoga regularly, you'll notice that your body feels lighter, your posture improves, and your range of motion expands. And the hidden benefit here, chair yoga helps lower blood pressure and encourages a state of calmness and relaxation. This kind of stretching isn't just for your muscles, it's for your whole being. It fosters awareness of your body, which is crucial as we get older. The more in tune you are with your body's movements, the better you can avoid injuries and maintain a sense of control over how you move through life. It also has a profound effect on mental health, as it helps ease anxiety, improve sleep, and promote a sense of well-being. These aren't just exercises, they're gateways to longevity, peace of mind, and independent living. And that's what this is all about. It's not just about staying active, it's about living the life you want to live. It's about independence, being able to get out of bed, walk around, do the things that matter most to you without pain or difficulty. It's about longevity, making sure you can move freely and enjoy life well into your later years. And most of all, it's about peace of mind, knowing that you're doing everything you can to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. By incorporating these 6 exercises into your daily routine, you're giving yourself the gift of strength, stability, and flexibility. You're taking control of your health, not just for today, but for tomorrow and for all the years to come. So don't wait. Start today, incorporate these exercises into your life and feel the difference they make. Because every movement counts, and every step you take toward better health is a step toward a better, more independent life. So let's take a moment to reflect. We've talked about a lot today, haven't we? The exercises you thought were harmless, well, they might actually be causing more harm than you realized. We've uncovered the 5 exercises to avoid, each one hiding dangers you might have never considered. And now you're equipped with 3 powerful life-affirming movements that are safe, effective, and tailored for your health and well-being. But here's the thing, there's still one crucial element that many people miss when it comes to exercise and mobility. It's something that, if overlooked, can leave you feeling frustrated, even though you're doing all the right things. I'll be diving deep into that critical factor in our next video, so if you want to learn more and truly take control of your health, you'll want to stick with us. You're not just making changes to your body, you're setting yourself up for lasting independence. But we're not done yet, not by a long shot. Now, let's hear from you. Which of these 5 exercises surprised you the most? Were there any that you or someone you know has been doing without realizing the risks involved? I want to hear your stories. Let's open up the discussion in the comments below. Your experience might just be the one thing someone else needs to hear to make a positive change in their life. We're all in this together, learning and growing side by side, so don't hold back. Share, ask, and connect with others in our Elder Mature Moments community. And if this video sparked something inside you, if it opened your eyes even a little, please take a moment to hit that like button. It helps spread the message and brings more people into this safe, empowering space. And don't forget to subscribe to Elder Mature Moments if you haven't already. Every week we dive deeper into practical, safe health choices that can make your golden years not only more comfortable, but also more joyful and independent. Remember this, it's never too late to make a better choice for your body. You've lived a full life already, and with all the wisdom that comes with it, now is the perfect time to start a new chapter of health, strength, and safety. You've got this, you're wiser now, and your journey to better health is only beginning. So I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue this path to a stronger, more vibrant you. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay engaged. I'll see you.